It's already.
On the air.
Let's see. Yeah, we should be live. Yeah, 8 seconds in.
Yeah, it says it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we live.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I didn't know what episode this was. I might have put the wrong one on there. Is it 9 or 8? Do you know?
You know what? I believe it is 9.
I
Yeah,
put
this
9
is the
on
ninth
there,
one.
so if we skipped 8, then that's just what it is. A technical
No, I think
motherfucker ain't here, so shit.
yeah.
Yeah, nigga.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Jay. Jay Verma. His birthday weekend. So we gotta do that. We gotta do the back end stuff on our own. So it's all good though. It's about
Oh,
the
I ain't
message.
tripping. Shit, I ain't tripping. So anybody,
Yeah.
first of all, yeah, we got one viewer in there. How you doing? Hit the likes, subscribe, share, and you're more than welcome to hit your comments. I think we can see the comments now. But welcome to Cream Rises on
Mhm.
this Sunday morning, playoff football morning, mama in the hospital morning.
Yeah.
You know, horrible catastrophe here in LA where somebody went and just dumped on a bunch of Asians, Chinese celebrating their New Year. So just the conditions of man and humanity is just at an all time. It's a fucked up level. So we like to give you some sort of a balance
Crazy.
on the spiritual and human mind on this show as to what would make somebody crack like that, and to try to keep your own balance. And so I'm GLook, and
Mhm.
that's conscientious
I'm the conscious consultant.
consciousness consultant, right? Consciousness.
Consciousness consultant.
That's it.
Yeah,
All right. So
yeah, consciousness.
again,
Yeah. That's gonna
the
be our hey, D look,
mhm.
that's gonna be our new thing. I think that's gonna be our little thing.
What, that I can't say shit? Yeah. LA Unified
No,
Public
you can't say that.
Education.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Yeah.
our
This ain't my language anyway. But I guess.
right, right.
you know, just want to welcome everybody in on this Sunday morning. See how you doing. Give us the thumbs up. Tell us how you're feeling and everything like that. But we come in on Wednesdays and Sundays, pretty consistent with it. A lot of challenges in our personal lives, with
Hmm.
my mom and G's grandmom, and we had to transfer her over
Hmm.
to from Centinela Hospital here in Inglewood. In Inglewood to Cedar Sinai um, over in Beverly Hills, and it's almost like it's unbelievable the difference in the healthcare at two hospitals. I don't even want to say the motherfuckers of both hospitals are so different. And I have empathy for the people, and I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
the service. Yeah, that's not even the same, man. 2 weeks over at that one hospital, and in 2 hours, I got way more results as to finding out what's going on and all that. So it's just it's racial, it's economic, it's spiritual, it's a vibration, uh, it's intentional, and it's predestined how things fall. So lucky God
Mhm.
gave us the insight
Mhm.
and the vibration to just take her up out of there and take her somewhere else where it looks like a better track for her on her
Mhm.
recovery, or what her baseline is going to be for the rest of her life. But how you doing, Black Cowboy Nation, regular Cowboy Nation, Soul Shot Riders, Cream Risers, all the people that are chiming in? First of all, we just want to thank you guys because it's been fantastic. Um, the response, the requests, the people sending us subjects to talk about. This is pure. How you doing over there, Jada? How you doing this morning, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, it was good. Yesterday, linking up with you and seeing Nana, which is like I said, his mom, my grandma. I would call her Nana. I hadn't seen her since she took a little turn. And had some things going on with her, so she definitely, to see her in that condition was an adjustment. But it was good to see her.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. She shared some tears and we connected in some love. So it was good. Just want to comment on that. And I'm glad that it's amazing seeing you in that position and how God is moving through you to, orchestrate and facilitate certain things for her health and on this part of her life and stuff. So it's a beautiful thing. So it was glorious to be a part of that. So I'm doing well though. Woke up this morning. It's nice and brisk and cold out here, but it's nice. The birds is chirping. I'm grateful to be aware and have truth and have peace in my heart, no matter what appears in my life. And what to expect is what you was talking about, what you said you was feeling for today. And I wanted you to elaborate a little bit more on that too, GLook, so we could
All
dive
right.
into that. What you mean when you say that? When you say what to expect?
So the subject matter on this particular morning, and we won't be too long, but is what do you expect? In particular, when you wake up, what do you expect to happen? Like what do you expect from people? That would be the
Mm,
easy, low hanging fruit. What do you expect from
mm,
motherfuckers? What do you want them to do? Do you want them to think like you and then do they shit based on what the hell you want, or what do they want from you? What do motherfuckers expect from each other? You know, because I have
yeah,
lived in a
right.
life of thinking that everybody was like minded because good morning Bilal, and hopped in there. How you doing, brother? Um, we wanted to just
No, what's up,
see.
Nova?
It just like when I went to the hospital with my mom's, I expected something. I expected them to care about her like I care about her. They doing their job. They got insurance things. There's other entities
Yeah,
involved. Or if you do something for somebody, if somebody's walking next to you and you buy them a sandwich or something, do you expect them to love you or give you the money back, or you expect them to agree with you on your philosophy, what do motherfuckers want from each other? Like, and why, if those expectations aren't met, are you so heartbroken? 'Cause I'm one of them dudes. Like
yeah,
I'm changing
yeah,
as I grow, and I learn that my walk, everybody has their own walk, and how we get to the past to each other is different roads as to why we get there. So yeah, it's a football game. You might expect that
right.
safety to cover that boundary and that linebacker to fill that hole. You expect them to do that because y'all practice and y'all agree that that's what they're gonna do. So it's not an unseen
Yeah,
expectation because everybody agreed on that and you practice doing that. But in the regular walk of
yeah,
life, like I expect everybody to subscribe to our show, share it, get into this. I expect you to do that if we are giving you something that is edifying or scratching the itch. But if motherfuckers don't do it, some do it. Most of the people that subscribing to us are not the people that I
right,
expected to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then, you got people that
right.
look at us. I expect some people to be motivated to start their own shows, or to look at us and say, hey, these guys are doing it. Maybe I want to do this thing. I've been thinking about doing it. Them niggas could do it. You know what I'm saying? And then just to couch it together before I give it to you, in that expectation, the result of those not being met is a big deal. I'm gonna get a little bit of business out the way, G, before I let you hop on that. But that is the subject of the day. What do you expect? Okay, so
Okay.
here's the business.
Yeah,
We're,
yeah.
we're we're proud to announce our barrel race dates. That is the all hooves in. So we are the only black barrel race producers on the West Coast. That strictly barrel races. I'm not saying rodeos or play days or
Mm-hmm.
anything like that. There are a lot of cowboys and organizations that do trail rides, bull riding schools. I'm saying barrel race.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we do. Only barrel race. And around our
You're right.
barrel race events, we'll do fashion shows, camp outs. So we make it a big event. So now we done jump to the next level where sponsors are coming in. We're teamed up with Outlaw Barrel Racing. So our system is a point system that qualifies for their championships, which is huge. So we're sanctioned with someone, although we could still do our thing. You know what I'm saying? So those dates coming up are April 29th, June 17th, and August 5th. So look out for more information on that. Of course, we'll be doing that out at what's the name of the place we'll be doing that at? Gee, I forget the name of the place.
Over there in Laverne
Laverne.
over there, up there.
Yeah. Uh, I forget the
Yeah,
name of the place, man.
in that little. What's the name of that? What's the name of that actual
I'm asking
facility?
you. The name of the damn
Oh,
place. I just had a
shit.
brain fart.
I
I
don't
know the
remember. I don't
damn
remember
name.
the name.
I know the name of it. Shit. But yeah. But anyway, that's where we be having it. Beautiful location.
Right,
Marshall
right.
Canyon is the name of it. So we're up in Marshall Canyon.
Oh, Marshall, that's right, Marshall.
Yeah, yeah. And so
Beautiful.
it's a
It's
beautiful
beautiful.
location. It's up in nestled in the mountains. And if you even if you're not into cowboy stuff or don't own a horse, everybody that comes has a great time. And we have great vendors and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So just wanted to get
for
that
sure,
out the
for sure.
way. Give a shout out to Cowgirl Crew, which is Michelle and her company that's been with us from day one. To Gray Area Fashions that hooks up the staff, so we look so damn good when we out there. Um, our Real Truck Connect, who gets put the plug in with our sanitation company, which is this I forget the name of them, but we have the best porta potties with the perfume in there, so you ain't got to worry about smelling some big fat cowboy done took a dump and nothing like that. It's just beautiful. We have just great. We try to make it as lovely for you as possible. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be $1,000 added for each event. So we already starting off with the bucks. But anyway, that's the little business. Shout out Ruddy L Tough, Broke Supply
Hmm.
Company. These are people that are
Hmm.
hopping on that have
Hmm.
supported us. So anyway, so what do motherfuckers expect? What do you expect? It's Sunday. It's live. I don't know if I'm crossing the algorithms with the word, so I'm gonna keep the cussing to a minimum. But what do motherfuckers expect and why? Bring that to that conscious level.
Right, right. Yeah, man. Yeah. So, I feel like that question has been complicated by by our human experience, by our life. Our life has complicated the answer to that question because the dynamics and the particulars of life make things seem complicated, right? I think that's just a layered, multidimensional question. I feel like ultimately what everyone actually wants is what we talked about: love and hope and peace, and they want to feel comforted, and they want to feel safe and things like that. And they want to share that with people. I think that's ultimately what people want. But I think because of the cards that people have been dealt with, a different lives and stuff like that, and the things that happen in this place, some seeming good, some seeming bad, people seeming like good and bad compared to what you need at that time. I think a lot of times expectation of what we think life should give us causes a little confusion,
Mm-hmm.
and what you think someone should give or be for you.
Right.
Um, I think first and foremost, from my experience, I'm gonna speak from my experience first and foremost. Um, you definitely have to have some absolutes within yourself in life that are just your absolutes, and that's your
Right.
spirituality, whatever that is, right? So for me, let me just be fully vulnerable. Before I could expect anything on paper in this place, and when I say on paper, I'm just talking about interactions with
Right.
people that I love, close levels of love that I have with people,
Right.
different things. If I go to the store, they're gonna service me, all that type of shit. Like, first off, I gotta know that, yeah, I have to have my spirituality has come to a point, and I feel like this is where we're supposed to arrive at in our space, that your spirit can't be broken, first and foremost. So, like, and when broken, meaning I feel like whatever happens in our life at a certain point in our spiritual maturity, we are always constantly having faith, constantly hoping, constantly looking for love, or looking for ways within our own self and in a situation to keep rising above and and um uplifting the situation with whatever we have, whether it's our own spirit or whatever means we have. I
Right.
think one thing that where people stop at, and the reason why life seems even more complicated than it has to be, is that we know that things happen in this place that aren't our preference. Like you said, the people got shot up at the, who knows where that came from, or maybe Nana's not getting taken care of the appropriate way, or things like that.
Right.
But to identify that is one thing, and then to label that and be stuck in that vibe is another thing too. And I think so everybody's just identifying and labeling what's fucked up or wrong, or what they think it should be, but
Right.
then not with the spirit to want to lift it up higher, right? And so I feel like after a certain point in our space, even no matter what, like if we got low money, high money, if we going through, people, our loved ones is passing, if our body's hurting, or if we drank too much that night, or if we drove, or the car tire popped, or whatever, if you hungry, all these things that happen in life don't determine your spirit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think our spirit is the ability to um to see those situations and bring something higher to it, which is more hope, more love, more faith. So then our expectation of what we feel like the shit happened in the situation can still be there as far as like, okay, of course you want your mom to be taken care of. Of course, no
Right.
one wants the tire to go the pop on the car. No one Everyone wants a certain amount of money to be taken care of, right? Everybody wants
Mm-hmm.
to eat or they just want to have, a good life or whatever. But when the thing's looking like it's not, when life is having its river that God created for your life to happen, and it don't look like it's always your preference or it makes it difficult, it's really opportunities and places to birth God's spirit in you. God set this place up in this place like that. It's not just about getting what you want. You're gonna always eventually get what you want, not what you think you want, but what you actually want in your heart. But the life is to show God in the whole of it, in the flow of it, to see God in all of it, because it's about the spirit that you start to feel and see while those situations are happening. And there are always ways
All
to
right.
connect more, to love more.
So I get that. It's a lot. That's a lot to take in. Um, let me pull it back.
Hmm.
When Jesus said, "Hey, check this out. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go over here and pray. Just
Yeah.
watch my back."
Uh-huh.
And motherfuckers was asleep when he came back. This Jesus now.
I was just talking about that this morning.
What
Yeah.
did he expect them motherfuckers to do? And when he came back and they was asleep, did he say, "God, you motherfuckers,
Hmm.
y'all can't even"? Did he chastise them, or did he expect that these motherfuckers gonna probably be asleep? But all I asked them to do was just one thing. While I go over here and talk to our boss,
Right.
God, it's kind of important.
Right.
While I'm not gonna stand here and watch y'all,
Right.
because I got
Right.
something else to do. Just like Moses said, I'd be right back. Motherfucker came down, they was partying and shit,
Right.
and melting
Right.
shit, building idols. What do we? And these is high beings in powerful situations. You know what I'm saying? So if Jesus
Yeah.
can't even, I expect you motherfuckers to just do what I just asked you to do. Just stay awake. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go here and pray. Till blood is coming out of my. I'm gonna pray. Like I'm gonna be doing something important. You said
Yeah.
you was with me.
Right.
You said you was
Right.
my niggas. And I
Right.
come back and you sleep. This Jesus.
Right.
Right? What am I,
Right.
GLook, to expect from 100 cowboys, bunch of broads, some kids, a technical guy, a money nigga? What am if you know what I'm saying? If Jesus couldn't get what he expected them to do,
Right.
what the hell am I supposed to do? And why does it hurt every time when I know I can't count on nobody to do shit unless they want to do it, unless it's they thing? You know what I'm saying? Because if I
Right.
said,
Right.
"Hey, check
Right.
this out, be here," I'll be there in a minute. Okay, every week we're gonna do this thing. Okay, I got you. Oh, wait a minute, this came up, that came up, or hey, hey, don't sleep with any of my ex girlfriends because I don't want you to know anything intimate about me and to take my stats away. So all the women in the world, can you not date who I used to date? And that's exactly what motherfuckers do, right? You know what I'm saying? What did I expect? What did I expect? And why does that bother me when I know I had to add something to it? Look, I'll give you $1,000,000 if you don't. Yeah, so now it means something to them.
Right.
Not the integrity
Right.
of what I felt don't mean shit to them. Something, you know what I'm saying? You always have to add a little
Right.
tidbit to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just asking you, why does
Right.
that
Right.
hurt? Or feel some kind. Why do people feel some kind of way?
Yeah.
That's the new word for it. My feelings is hurt, or or I am devastated, or I have to recenter. It's soften up to I feel some kind of way. Soft ass word. I feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
I had a nigga just steal my
Instead of
script,
saying
man.
instead of saying
Yeah,
that destroyed me.
yeah, yeah. I got people that steal my songs, my scripts, ideas, jockey on the back, and all that. What do I expect? I turn that to an affirmation. If you're doing
Hmm.
something, even if you're the same person in another movie doing the same scene, the same shit, I'm like, my feelings ain't hurt because you couldn't do that without the catalyst of me, and I expect
Yeah,
that to happen, just like I
yeah,
expect when true love, when these portals open and love is flowing and hate is flowing, I expect to see more of the extreme of both, and the middle's out of the way. You in the
right,
extreme, you know
right,
what I'm saying? So I expect that, and I'm not
yeah,
perfect. I don't think I'm perfect, but
right,
I am perfect in who I am in my mission. So I am, and everybody is perfect, you know. Perfect thieves,
yeah,
perfect biting
right.
motherfuckers, niggas getting close to you to sabotage you, all that shit. I expect that. And I'm with the bullshit,
Right,
because
right.
honestly, it makes me seem jaded because if I catch a nigga with his hand in the cookie jar, I don't bang on him. I just go, oh, that's the type. I knew that's the type of motherfucker you are. That hurts worse, you know. So so
Right,
just be you, or
right,
try your best to
right.
elevate above being that person. I try to help them, and I hope they can help me. But I'm just asking you, man, what if Jesus can't expect people to fucking
Yeah.
stay awake? What is I'm supposed to expect from motherfucker?
Yeah, no, and I love that. I love how you use that analogy too, because that whole situation is that represents Jesus' last moment of doubt. People don't know that. That's his last.
Oh.
That's why he was praying till his sweat was like blood. Yeah. So Gethsemane, that whole situation, even in deeper, and so that's why I'm gonna go to answer your question. We always got to
Mm-hmm.
go deeper to go back is yeah, that's Jesus' last moment of any human doubt,
Oh.
because even though he was doing miracles and he was son of God, yeah, yeah, that's why he's having a difficult time, and that's why he brought them over there, because he wanted his favorites to support him, because he brought Big James,
Mm-hmm.
John, and Peter, Simon Peter,
Okay.
and that was his three favorite disciples,
Mm-hmm.
his homies. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it was his last moment. He's like, I don't want the rest to see me like this. He said, I only want my favorites to see me because y'all closer to me. Y'all can see me as a man, like, you know what I
Oh.
mean? Like your brother would know things about you. Like, so the other 12 didn't know things about Jesus that they knew. So he's like, I don't want the others to see me like this.
Ah.
So like that was his last moment of doubt, because he knew what his life, what he was doing, what had to happen in his life. So I feel like in total, that situation is like you said, when your mission and who you are and your spirit becomes unwavering in that, then a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the things, a lot of the little things we don't they're affirmations, like you said, it's edifications of your mission and who you are and what's going that way.
Uh-huh.
I feel like we do have to clarify our our intention in certain things when we say we expect something and where spirit that's coming from, because I was just talking to somebody about this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, if I really love somebody, because God has been showing me what like big love is,
Mm-hmm.
in these times in my life, what I'm here to do and be, and I've lost a lot of little love to
Mm-hmm.
have big love, right?
Okay.
And that looks controversial. Everybody's life is controversial because nobody's gonna fit in anybody's box, but especially hyper spiritual beings that come to teach and hold space, their life is going to be very controversial because they're in a human form still,
Right.
and so certain things are taken away from them to be certain things. So my point is this: when I when you, like you said, when you circumcise your heart, like we use that word, we used to use that back in the church days, and you used to say, or
Mm-hmm.
you go within your spirit and you seeing what you really want out of something and why you want that and
Mm-hmm.
what spirit that's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Um you you really start to, what happens is, if the more love you have in your heart, the less disappointed you are and the less hurt you get,
Okay.
because people think the more you love, the more hurt you get. That's wrong. That's not how it works. The more you love, the less hurt you get.
Ah.
And I can answer that and show you why practically too. I could
Okay.
show you. I could talk. We could talk about that dynamic right now too.
Okay.
I used to think the other shit too before God like was raising me up. So like, like you said, if you have a, say you have a loved one, like a intimate lover, or you have a son, or right, like me and you, father
Mm-hmm.
son or a daughter. Part of the reason why you have, so part of our love for them, there's levels of love. So a lot of times people represent something to you first and foremost. That's the first reason that people call love. So most people's love is very shallow at a certain point because it's just what that person represent to you.
Right.
what they represent in your life.
Right.
And so as soon as that person can't represent that, or they do something that don't represent that, you
Mm-hmm.
gonna feel some kind of way, which you would call hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because who you think you are is leaning upon them being that representation. So it's a very brittle foundation.
Okay.
So what happens is, and I'm not saying that person ain't that naturally for you, but when you start to, when what happens is your life is always breaking our small heart. Our little heart is getting broke all the time in the play of life to show us where our big heart is at, our real love.
Oh.
That's why in the Bible it says, love always hopes. It always protects. It always perseveres.
Mm-hmm.
It's always looking higher. So what this life is doing is it's breaking your heart in little ways, which is actually a glory
Yeah.
in people, copying you. I mean, people trying to people try to do some shit backbiting you. Some people hurt you, and I'm not saying you can't taste that sting to a degree,
Right.
but as your love really get bigger, you you understand that it takes away your that pettiness of hurt. You feel affirmed more than hurt because you understand
Right.
that your love has grown into a way, and you know that situation is birthing more love in you. Because
That's a true
what
fact.
happens from the state that you're talking about, everything's so personal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when everything is so personal, everything's gonna be edgy. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
because everything that somebody doing gonna rub against your shit in some way.
Right.
Right? Right?
Right.
So as our love gets bigger and deeper, then we have more trust, more faith. We just get bigger. And so we understand that people are doing what they're supposed to do. And that doesn't mean you got to lay next to the bed if somebody's trying to kill you or nothing like that. I'm not saying, you follow your intuition, but your spirit ain't being darkened, and your spirit ain't being stifled or confused by the happenings of life. You keep going to love more because these situations birth love in you.
So look,
You know what I mean?
that's a
They
lot.
birth
That's a lot.
trust
I want
in
people
you.
to follow you and ingest it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm hearing in a nutshell, and I'm just saying,
Okay.
just like what I'm hearing. Don't expect shit from nobody. Just love the whole situation without expectation, and you're all right.
Well, okay.
I mean, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
hearing.
I mean, that's a little harsh. That's a little black and white. I wouldn't say it.
I mean,
Yeah,
motherfuckers, I'm talking
I
to is
wouldn't say it
look,
like that though,
look,
because that's
hey, look,
impossible.
like we talking to cowboys that piss in the trailer, horses stepping on their feet. We talking to real motherfuckers on this podcast. So it's sometimes you got to bring it home, and then they can come back, rewind, and hear how you saying it most eloquently, elegant, and elegant. You know what I'm saying? You laying it out real smooth
Yeah,
and to the point. But sometimes a nigga gotta hear,
yeah,
don't look at my
yeah.
bitch. Sometimes don't fuck my daughter. Sometimes you gotta just say that. You can't just say, man, my daughter is most pure, and
Yeah.
I'm saving her for this. And I mean, you such an awesome guy. Please refrain from, tempting her. It's all kind of ways you could say, don't fuck my daughter. You know what I'm saying? But some people gotta
Right,
hear that.
right,
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I can
right.
break down what you're saying and even have the context, because what you're saying is weighted in spiritual fact and supernatural and spiritual fact. I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking layman talk, so it's edgy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, if you're saying love suffices, and you know that all those disappointments and what you expect, even if they come up short, is for the bigger play, then you saying
Yeah.
don't get up in the morning just expecting shit from motherfuckers. Except to expect to love. You
No,
expect for
no.
yourself
I
to
would say,
love.
ye- right, right. But I'm saying we could say it still in a palatable way, but a little bit. I would say a little bit more refined. Like I would say, because that's gonna seem impossible. Like because people are gonna wake up with expectation. I'm not saying don't be who you are or where you at of how you when you wake up.
You remember we was talking to that Asian yesterday? That Asian was trying to be as nice as she could and try to bring her culture and her sweet disposition to talk about, you know, my mama's condition. And you was trying to your best to
Right.
you wasn't trying. You was giving her love and being as you know accommodating to her personality and all kinds of shit, and and she wasn't offended because I wasn't cussing her out or nothing. But I'm like, you getting paid Friday. Your job is to tell me what the hell is going on here.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? I don't need you to light a
right, right.
candle and whisper some shit to me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't need to, take the deep bass out my voice so you can know that I like you as a person, because that's not the exchange we having right here. You know what I'm saying? But when you brought that third piece
Right.
to it, which was
Right.
a lot of love involved, and you was really trying to show her, like, you know, you know, this nigga over here, that's my dad. He was trying, kind of almost like, we ain't mad at you or nothing like that. But I'm like, motherfucker, I get it. I wasn't offended.
It is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, you
No,
work at the
no, it
hospital
is what it is.
close to my
And I want people
neighborhood,
to
you
know
gonna
that,
get
like,
that. Go ahead.
yeah. No, no, that's funny. I like that example. Yeah, it's one of those things where once you get to a certain space, and I know this may seem any of viewers, or they may notice or not notice, or sometimes feel this or whatever, but um there's certain, it's almost like, okay, we talking to uh like you talking about the Cowboy Nation, right? So you talking about horsemen and all that kind of stuff. So it's like at a certain point, right, when they get so involved in that horse world,
Mm-hmm.
and your whole life, that's what it is.
Right.
Before you know it, you just wearing boots and cowboy hats. You got two,
You,
three horses.
yeah, you
You
buying
got
hay,
trailers. It just
vet
become shit
bills.
that seemed it was impossible.
Right.
Yeah, that shit seemed impossible. How they upkeep that life? That's a lot of money. Like, but they able to do it because they became it.
Mm-hmm.
So my
Mm-hmm.
point is this: the same thing is with your spirit. Like, if you first coming into this type of shit, it seemed so hard and impossible because it's just like when you go into the horse world and then they got them big trucks and trailers. Like, how do they do this?
Yeah.
And they're able to do it. And after a while, so the same with this. So that's how I feel about this, because you only start to see at a certain point the spirit of things
Mm-hmm.
and the vibration of things,
Mm-hmm.
because that's life. So for me, like how I was looking at that situation, because obviously God has you playing a role, and so you have to do what you got to do. You got to orchestrate the thing. That's not being taken
Right.
away. That's a duty, and that's what God was having you do.
Right.
But what I'm seeing in the situation is all spirit. I'm seeing Nana right there, livelier than she ever been. I see her absorbing and enjoying us, enjoying this. So we living right then too. So we
Yeah.
got the objective that need to happen, but also life is right there. So
Yeah.
like I'm seeing the spirit too, and on the moment. So that's the beauty of all of us being what we are, and that's all perfect because
Mm-hmm.
everybody playing a part and giving that accordingly, and that's beautiful. That's the beauty of it. But
Right.
I'm saying when we get consumed by our spirit, the Holy Spirit, then everything we do, we seeing it from that space. No matter what need to happen, no matter what we are still our mortal habits, um,
Right.
anything that our personal life, none of that stuff is that doesn't matter at that point, because life is happening and you are bringing the spirit and seeing the spirit in the happening. And I feel like that's the point of why we living in this place at that time, because you able to do what you're here to do, whatever God has your calling to be, but you can do it from a spirit of the highest vibration you can have. And I know we use these words vibe and vibration a lot now because it's been coming a fad too, but it's a real thing.
Well, I'm gonna say something
Love
to
is
that.
a
Let me say, let me
vibration
say,
first
let me say
before.
something to that because you hit on
Hmm.
something. Because I can't. At first, I want to let everybody know watching and all our nation. I want to lift up all of the women that support the GLook Corral, the barrel racing, the clothes, the music, everything that we do. Our staff and most of the
Hmm.
people that are our support team are women, right? And so
Hmm.
there's a conflict there because I can't do shit without women. They're gonna get the shit done. They're gonna be focused. They're gonna
Right.
tie the shit in a bow, and but they're witches. They're
Yeah.
heretics. They, they suck the life out of you. They're man eaters. You know what I'm saying? I have a certain way that I feel and I look about women because I know what it is. I'm impenetrable because I don't let my back guards down. And I don't care if it's my ex-wife, which is your mom, gray area, the cowgirls of color, or just some fucking models or photographers or my publicists. I don't give a shit, right? I know that uh, they are going to move the ship forward. They're just better at nurturing, getting shit done, getting doors open, knowing what the bottom line is,
Yeah,
what their role is in it, And so I know that a person who is a visionary and an egotistical person who's looking at God and not even looking at people, I'm protected by that situation too. So I say this, I don't expect certain things to happen with my relationship with all the women that support me or come into my life or come out. The expectation, I don't expect nothing but them to be thorough when they say they signing up. They just loyal and thorough to that situation. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a
right.
weird, I don't know how to say what it is, but it's a weird thing. I mean, I would never have a bunch of ego dudes. I got to watch my back and stuff in certain ways around me. Our team of guys is very small,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? But the motor runs by the women. So I just wanted to shout the women out. So when I talk a little loosely there, I don't want, well, the women around know what it is, but somebody from the outside might think I'm a little jaded and harsh toward the women. And that's true. I am, you know what I'm saying? But the world can't go without you. So it's almost like, take your vitamins and eat your soup. You got to do it, So find a way to season it up to make it taste good. And I'm a total heterosexual man. So I do love women, and everybody knows that. So that's that's not the part I'm
Right.
talking about. Yeah. So I thought I'd put that out there because I just so it ain't no goddamn mistakes and nothing, no
Yeah.
rumors. Yeah, nigga, get it straight, you know. So we got a line
That's
called "I
funny.
see you seeing me.
Yeah.
I'm always aware." Yeah.
Right. Right.
So I just, something you said
Right.
made me touch
Right.
on that, G, because we talking about free love, we talking about ultimate love and being couched in that. Because Cream Rises and the ultimate thing is the love of God and not coming back here. That's ultimately what
Right.
I'm about, and
Right.
that's what we talking about.
Right. And enjoying you can't and you can't enjoy life if you don't have some kind of ultimate spirituality within you. You're not gonna be able to enjoy the river, like how it's flowing, because everything gonna be so edgy and tight. Everything gonna be a problem. You're gonna think like the way you. What happens is our view of life changes as we elevate, like as our vibration raises, life changes for us, not necessarily physically changes. Doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean like all your experience is going to change because
Mm-hmm.
you have a destiny. It's fated. It's a fated life. It's already written. But
Right.
how you experience that changes because you see, when you become beautiful, you see things beautiful. That's just
Okay.
what it is. Like you,
Yeah.
even the things that aren't beautiful,
Right.
and even the things that aren't beautiful, you see them as beautiful because they doing what they supposed to do there, and it's all part of this bigger thing. And your enjoyment of life changes. I think when you are operating from a smaller state of being, when you just your smaller idea of yourself,
Yeah.
life is it's almost like you're at war with life or something, right? Or everything is like seem like it'd be against you. Like if you don't have no money, if this don't happen,
Right.
or this, like everything is like it's against you. You know what I
Right.
mean? And you feel like cursed, and you feel like everybody trying to kill you, or you could feel like niggas is against you, or they could stop something. But when
Right.
you get really in some God mode, nobody can really stop nothing.
Right.
If God has you in a situation like me right now,
Mm-hmm.
I've God has had me in a low money situation in the last few years for my spirituality, for my
Mm-hmm.
spiritual walk, so I could focus on what I do, and
Mm-hmm.
God showed me that. And when God
Mm-hmm.
gives me money, then it'll build for that space, and I'm gonna pour it out just like I pour my spirit out.
Mm-hmm.
And
I know that to
different
be true.
circumstances are there for different
Mm-hmm.
reasons. If I was, you see a perfection of things when you really surrender to God. Because if you not, then if I was just being a regular man, then I'm gonna be like, damn, like I'm broke and
Mm-hmm.
this, and why these, like, and you can't see.
Right.
So when you invest in love and hope and faith, God's spirit show you, okay, I got you like this, so you can really be a pure channel right now, no distractions like this, boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna take care of you, boom, boom, and then you can take care of people, and you can start being the beauty that you want to see. You
And then
know,
put
people
that.
have
I'm gonna
all these means.
put that in
When I
context.
say
Put that in context just for the nation watching. You know, this nigga
what,
live in Orange County and he drive around in a Mercedes and he motherfucker swim and shit every day. And motherfucker talk about he broke. That's California broke is different than nigga Natchez, Mississippi broke. So nigga can't gain weight. Nigga broke gaining weight. So I don't want the other people to think we shitting on them, but we have a level what we call, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to put that in context.
oh no, I'm grateful. Yeah, no, I'm always grateful. I'm just saying, no.
Nigga Mercedes hit a pothole in California last night while he was in the valley rolling around with some broad and shit. That nigga talking about I'm broke. Yeah, I know motherfuckers that's at the dollar store, nigga, shopping for dinner for their family. So I just don't want nobody to think we shitting on
I
what
mean,
that
I'm
is.
doing that too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying. And I'm gonna hold it down. We hold each other down. Our little
Nah,
crew
you're
hold each
funny. I
other
love it.
down. Yeah, so
I love it.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's a beautiful terracotta
that's
picture
good
behind
shit.
you
I love
too.
that.
Yeah, you don't look too broke. You have nice white teeth, beautiful
Oh,
person. Yeah, so don't tell these motherfuckers that, because they're gonna feel jaded and mad. Like, this nigga don't know what broke. Nigga, California, Orange County, and West Side broke is different than you motherfuckers, right? Some shit is different. And then your spirit's so high. Nigga, I ain't never seen you without a kombucha in your hand. Them motherfuckers is $16 a pack. Them niggas down there shopping at the Piggly Wiggly, nigga, to feed. Come on, man. I don't like to say it. I don't like to tell regular America what
that's
California
good
broke is.
shit.
That's why
That's
niggas hate
hilarious.
Cali niggas. We might have 30 bands, man.
Right? Because
My
when you
brother
talking
told
like
me
that.
one day, nigga, I'm down to 30,000. I said, well, down? Nigga, that's two people's, that's yearly salaries for motherfuckers. I'm down, I
That's
don't
a
know what I'm gonna
salary.
do. I'm nose diving, bruh. I said, this nigga, I said, man, don't let the rest of